I'm going to wrap up this hour with an LBC exclusive. Police in Scotland have been wrapped on the knuckles by Scotland's Lord Advocate for their 7-year investigation into the brain surgeon Professor Sam Eljamel, who is accused of botching hundreds of brain and back operations which left many people disabled. So far, no charges have been brought, and in a letter seen by LBC, Lord Advocate Dorothy Bain has told campaigners the investigation has not progressed properly. Our Scotland political editor, Gina Davison, reports.
It is rare for the head of Scotland's prosecution service to wade into a police inquiry, but in a highly unusual intervention, Dorothy Bain, Scotland's Lord Advocate, has done just that. In a letter seen by LBC, she's told campaigners who are seeking justice after being left damaged by brain surgeon Sam Eljamel that she's unhappy at the way Police Scotland has handled the investigation known as Operation Stringent. LBC has seen her letter to them, in which she says that despite the complexities of the case, on any view, this investigation has simply not progressed as it should have. She also says she has been concerned for some time about the progress being made in investigating this matter and had met with police in September 2023 to emphasise her concerns. Campaigner Jules Rose told LBC that she hopes the letter will be a wake-up call for Police Scotland.
We feel as complainers that they've never believed us from the outset. As victims, we feel ignored and the investigation's been moving like molasses. I would now hope that the Chief Constable would place the utmost priority on Operation Stringent, and also the focus should not just be on Eljamel. It's much bigger than that. Police Scotland should be looking at anybody who enabled or covered up the surgeon to commit the butchery that he did.
Professor Sam Eljamel left hundreds of people with injuries and was ultimately suspended from NHS Tayside before fleeing to Libya. A public inquiry has now been agreed into the scandal, but the campaigners reported the issue to the police 7 years ago. Recently, they wrote to Dorothy Bain laying out their concerns about the time the police inquiry was taking. Jules Rose says she was pleasantly surprised by the Lord Advocate's response.
If I'm being honest, it wasn't what I was expecting, and that she's recognised the significant failings into the handling of Operation Stringent. And if I can just quote what the Lord Advocate said, this is a unique case in Scottish legal history. Now, just in October there, Police Scotland also told me that this is the biggest police investigation into a medical scandal in Police Scotland's history. This is what we have been saying and campaigning for years.
Now, a Police Scotland spokesperson told me that the investigation was complex and protracted, but is being investigated by the major investigation team to ensure it has the experience and specialist knowledge required. They also said that so far 2 advice and guidance reports have been submitted to the Crown Office and Procurator Fiscal Service, but that extensive inquiries remain ongoing. Of course, the campaigners want charges to be brought so that the Foreign Office can look at whether or not it could extradite Professor Eljamel back from Libya. Jules Rose says that day can't come soon enough.
We're now heading into our 7th year of this investigation. It's still ongoing and no one has been charged. So therefore, meanwhile, Eljamel still abroad, practising and operating on innocent people.
So with the police inquiry nowhere near a conclusion and the public inquiry only just getting underway, campaigners like Jules have a long way to go. In the meantime, she's looking forward to sitting down with the Lord Advocate Dorothy Bain face to face next month to ensure all the concerns of the victims of Professor Eljamel are heard at the highest level of Scotland's prosecution service.
LBC Scotland political